Hello everyone, happy Saturday. So I know I've been talking about doing this video for quite a while now, so let's jump right into it, but buckle up because it is going to be a lot of information. You might want to take notes. I'll do timestamps below in the description. So let's get into it. Today we are going to be going over my protocol and everything that I have been doing to help heal my body all naturally. So I'm going to go over all of my supplements and herbs that I've been using. Today we're going to be talking about suppositories, enema, homeopathic remedies. We're going to be tackling this from all angles. So this video is great for anyone who has a sensitive tummy, IBS, IBD, Chrons colitis. This video is going to be very informational and hopefully helpful to you. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the supplements, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on my journey through dealing with ulcerative colitis. So long time ago, when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, I was under a lot of stress. I had moved out at the age of 16. I was trying to do everything by myself. I was working, I was going to school, I was doing cheer. I had gotten cheated on by a boyfriend, so there was a lot of stress in my life. And I ended up having these random symptoms. I was having cramping and bloating and mucus, and I'm like, this is not normal. I need to go to the doctor. They ended up giving me like steroid suppositories and poof, went away. Went away for a decade longer. I didn't have any symptoms, but they did tell me that you have pre-ulcerative colitis, so it might come back. And you know, I was just living my life and I didn't really pay attention too much to the quality of foods I was consuming, my lifestyle, my stress levels. In 2017, when I was very stressed and very overworked and just really was pushing to my limits, I ended up having symptoms again. And I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm sure it'll just go away, because here and there, you know, you'd get food poisoning and you have a little bit of symptoms, have some drinks and have a little bit of symptoms, but nothing to blink an eye at. I guess normal, like IBS type sensitive tummy things. Well, I got done shooting my calendar and I ended up going to Europe for a friend's wedding, and I was eating gluten, dairy, cakes, everything. I was like, I'm in Europe, like vacation, live my best life. But my gut was super not happy. Came home, went to the doctor, got diagnosed again with ulcerative colitis this time. And I ended up going on this medication called mesalamine. So I had taken a trip to New York. These are like the pics from it. I was feeling wrecked. I was feeling terrible at this time, but I was like, you know what? I am a boss ass bitch. I'm gonna pull through. Okay, I'm gonna like do what I gotta do. I'm literally having gas, bloating, pain, cramps, bleeding, mucus, like the whole shebang. I am feeling awful. And on top of that, I started having like this really random like pain under my rib. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's just my colon. You know, maybe this is like part of it. So I get home and I'm in bed, can't get out of bed. Terrible, terrible pain. I go to the emergency room and they tell me, you have pancreatitis. And I'm like, well, how? Is this part of like or is it connected? Like, I don't understand. Turns out they did tests. I am allergic to mesalamine. I was like, so you're just gonna give me a new pancreas? Like, is that, how does this work? And they're like, oh no, you only get one. Normal lipase levels are, I believe, like around 50 to 80, somewhere in there. Mine was at 1400. They basically said any longer and you probably would have, you know. So I ended up staying in the hospital for a week, just about a week, on an all liquid diet. And even then, for the first 2 days, I couldn't have anything. They counted how many ice chips I could have. So needless to say, I was very hungry and I lost a lot of weight. And on top of that, I was still having symptoms. And then I got out and they said, all right, you're gonna be on this liquid diet for a week, and then you're gonna go off on soft foods for a week, and we're gonna put you on an extremely high dose of cortisol steroids. So that actually gave me some relief. The only thing is you can't stay on cortisol steroids long term. It's terrible for you. So I started my journey into biologics. I tried Humira, which I failed. I tried Remicade, which I also failed. And then finally, my doctor got it approved through my insurance to be on Entyvio. And I was on that one. It actually worked for me, but they said the side effects, you could end up getting cancer. Everything I was researching, everything I was hearing, it's not good for you. But honestly, after 2 years of trying to find some type of relief for my system and then almost I was ready to just have a break, to give my body a rest that it needed and help heal my colon. Here's the thing though, all those biologics, they don't heal you. They just give you a really nice Band-Aid. My decision to get off of it, because honestly, I'm like, there has to be a way. There has to be some type of like all natural remedy to fix this. So I got off the medication. I was off everything for a year and I was feeling great. I was like a new woman. I was feeling amazing. And then I started having like little symptoms here, little symptoms there, and I would kind of like panic a little bit. I'm like, oh no. But I was, you know, eating really well, drinking better water, getting better sleep, you know, sunshine, bone broth, grounding. I was doing all that I could do. So January 2023, I ended up doing ayahuasca. That's another story for another time, but that kicked off my symptoms in a bad way. It wrecked my whole gastrointestinal tract. The beautiful thing is I actually ended up finding my gut coach. Long story short, through TikTok, I have been working with my gut specialist for the last 6 months. So right now I'm gonna go over everything that he started me at, because we can't jump into my current protocol because I've been doing this for 6 months, but I am going to share with you guys where I started, how I started, what I started with, and my protocols from there on. So let's get into it. So first things first, you guys, disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm just sharing with you guys what I have personally been doing for the last 6 months and my protocol where I started, but always do your own research, okay? Just wanna start with that. So first up, you guys, I wanna talk about something that my gut specialist actually gave me, some of his personal stash when I first met him, because I was in such a bad position, you know, 15 bloody bowel movements a day, like the pain and bloating and cramping was awful. This is like blue magic. So this is granules from the Indigo Naturalis plant. So it's the same plant that they used to dye blue jeans back in the day. It smells terrible. It tastes even worse, but I will tell you, this stuff made me stop bleeding within 3 days. 3 days. I had been bleeding for months, like to a point where my normal doctor wanted to like rush to put me back on the biologic. And I was like, absolutely not. I feel like I can figure this out. So this you can get on Amazon. If you guys are having like bleeding, fissures, hemorrhoids, this will help. I highly, highly, highly believe in this beautiful magic product. So the #1 supplement that I would highly, highly recommend is going to be ImmunoMod-A. So this is gonna act kind of similar to like the biologic, where it helps your immune system. This is going to balance it. There is a lot of different ingredients in here, glucosamine, curcumin, and actually I'm gonna show you guys, this has some of this in it. This is going to be something you're definitely going to add into your routine because you have so much inflammation in your body. There's this stool test called calprotectin, and you can order it through your doctor. It actually was covered by my insurance. When I started this journey, I was at about 1,400, 1,500, which a normal is around 50. So I just got my last test back and I am at a 42. So I fully believe in these products, and I definitely think that this is what has helped my inflammation go down so much. So one of the things I wanted to do was get to the root cause of everything. I wanted to figure out what exactly is it in my body that's causing me to have these symptoms. Is it food related? Is it viral related? Is it a bacterial thing? Like, what is it? So I've done a lot of tests, and we have determined that it could be a little bit viral and a little bit bacterial. So that is what I've been trying to tweak. So this is Monolauren, and this is derived from coconuts, so it's very safe, but it's a natural antiviral. Because I had a lot of pancreas issues, side note, back in January, I gave myself pancreatitis again, because I was trying to figure all this out on my own and just taking everything. And my poor little pancreas was just like, you can't take it. So now I get to take Holozime. This actually helps produce the enzymes from your gallbladder and your pancreas to break down food. And since mine are a little bit tired, anytime I have a big meal, usually lunch or dinner, I will take these to help assist my system digest everything. GI Revive. If you have SIBO, bloating, gas, like a sensitive tummy, if you have those things, this product is so good for it. In here, not only does it have cat's claw, marshmallow root, slippery elm, like I showed you guys in the last video, my little secret weapon. This also has zinc, glutamine, and glucosamine. So this is such a great product for your gut, for gut health, gut healing. I feel a difference with this product. If I'm having symptoms, I make sure I'm taking this, like the full, I know it's kind of a lot, but the full 7 capsules every night. Okay, let's talk about probiotics. This is my holy grail. These probiotics are a game changer. This is what's going to help with the bloating. If you guys aren't taking a probiotic currently, highly recommend trying this brand. It's called Natrin. They're out of, I think, the San Gabriel Valley. They're local to Southern California. So if you order them, they ship and arrive like the next day. I do know that they sell the Healthy Trinity, which is the combo in Mother's and Whole Foods. But if you are just starting your journey on gut health, I recommend these powders. So let's go over this real quick. I just realized to grab the Healthy Trinity in the fridge. So I've moved on now, so I can take the capsules, but hold on one second. Well, actually, I'll just show you. These are what is sold in Mother's and Whole Foods. I've been doing this protocol now for so long that my microbiome is pretty good in my belly. So hold on one second. They'll kind of look the same. So you're going to start off by doing half a teaspoon, and you're going to do 1 scoop of each and then 1 of the Digest-Lac. So this is the only one that comes in pill form. What you're gonna do is, so you're gonna open it, you're gonna do 1 scoop, 1 scoop, 1 pill, right? Break it open, stir it around, shoot it down. Eventually, like after a few weeks, once you feel like, okay, my belly's good, like I'm having less bloating, you can move up. And then you do 1 full scoop, 1 full scoop, and then 2 of these. If you do feel like, okay, you know, I got everything under control, like my belly's starting to feel really good, then maybe simplify and do the Healthy Trinity. But take it slow, move into it, and then move up. But probiotics are so important to take first thing in the morning. This is what's going to help like rebalance. Okay, the last 2, these two right here. I already talked about this one in the last video with the shake. This is the slippery elm, and this is marshmallow root. When you mix them with water, especially like warm water, they turn into this like jelly, and you stir it up and shoot it down. So this is Gorges aloe vera. This is the only aloe vera I've ever tried that does not have that weird tangy aftertaste. It's distilled aloe vera. There's no preservatives, no additives. This is great for you, especially you could take just a shot of it. Aloe vera is amazing for your gut. It is going to be healing, soothing. Think of when you get a sunburn and like your skin hurts to touch it. It's kind of what your colon and your tummy is going through. Like it might feel like hot and like painful. Aloe vera and slippery elm and marshmallow root are going to soothe and help you feel more comfortable and in way less pain. I usually take the dosage of everything and split it in half and do morning and night, especially with the things that I was doubling up on, like the curcumin and the ImmunoMod-A. One of these are gonna be super helpful for you, because honestly, I have my chart, but this makes it so much easier. I know this may seem like a lot, and I get it, like to someone who's not used to taking medication, or maybe you're just beginning, it does seem like a lot, and it is a lot, but I feel so grateful that I've found this protocol, because there's an 80-20 rule. So you get 80% better, and then you have the last 20% that's just, you're tweaking it and you're just trying to find ways to you know, get that last 20% gone. I have good days, I have bad days, you know, I'll go through the week and I'll have like a few symptoms here, a few symptoms there, but majority, I feel so much better. Thank God, hallelujah. All right, you guys. So let's talk one thing that is kind of embarrassing, but very necessary. And I don't even care. We're going to be talking enemas and suppositories. So in ulcerative colitis, you get these little ulcers in your colon and in your sigmoid colon, and you're basically bleeding out of your butthole. There's no better way to say it. One of the best suppositories out there is going to be Healing Bottoms. So this is basically a little bullet of medical grade curcumin blend. And the great thing about curcumin is it actually helps take away inflammation, heal and stop the bleeding from anal fissures. It's antiviral, antifungal, kills threatening bacteria, and restores the damaged tissue. So this is just amazing. I'm almost out of these. They look like these little bullets, and you just pop one out of there and you put it up your... When you're using these, you want to make sure you have gloves. Always, always, always want to use gloves because curcumin will stain everything. It'll stain your towels, it'll stain your clothes. So wear dark underwear, dark clothes, maybe even like put a towel down. Embarrassing story. I really wasn't feeling good one night, put one of these in, fell asleep, woke up, and I had stained the couch, so yeah. But to help get these in easier, you wanna get a little bit of this comfrey salve. This is a very healing balm. It smells pretty good, but you just take a little bit of it and put it outside of your butthole, and then you put the suppository in, and then you do a little wipe. When I have a little ulcer or a fissure pop open, these will literally help with the bleeding down to 50% or even sometimes 100% by the next day. These are amazing. So if you guys got hemorrhoids out there, try these. Amazing. Okay, so when I first started, I was having so many symptoms up a little bit like higher than like my sigmoid colon. Like it would like be super painful in my side. These only go so far. Doesn't reach very far up. Enemas are great because the more liquid you use, the higher up it'll go and the more it'll treat. So in the enema that I was doing, again, slippery elm. You guys, this is like magic powder. And I was doing this peptide. This is BPC 157, and this peptide is meant for healing tissue. I have them in capsule form. So you basically just like break that open into like a little bowl, half a tablespoon of slippery elm, and then Gorges. So then we do Gorges again. You want to start with like 3 ounces of water, because if you've never done an enema, you might just end up like bowel movementing it out right away. So you could do like 1 ounce of water, 2 ounces of aloe vera, 1 BPC cap, slippery elm, about half a tablespoon. So you mix that up, take your little fun little guy, and you suck up all the water from the bowl, and it should all be in here. And then comfrey salve again, put that on your little beehole, and then put that up, squeeze it out, and try and hold it for as long as you can. This protocol is what has saved my life, and I'm not joking when I say that. When you have dealt with a chronic illness for years and you just are tired of taking medication that, you know, somewhere down the line is going to be even worse than what you're dealing with right now, I wanted to really work on healing my immune system and fixing the root cause and finding out what it was that's causing this. So first place to start is going to be healing your gut, because everything comes from gut health. All of this protocol, along with my other healthy habits of sunlight, sauna, meditation, which brings me into my very last topic on this, you guys. Your mindset is such a huge part in healing your body. We are what we think. We are our thoughts, and we manifest our reality. I had a lot of traumas around it. I had, what if this doesn't work? I had, am I gonna die? Am I gonna get cancer? Like all these different fears. I really had to tune into my breathing techniques and journaling and meditations. I am going to be uploading a few of my own meditations in the next few weeks, but I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible because I feel like this could actually help people more than a makeup video could. So this was my #1 priority on my video list. It needs to be said that going into this, you have to come from a state of gratitude. So you have to really be thankful that you get the chance to heal your body through herbs and supplements. So like I said at the very beginning of this video, whether you have a sensitive tummy, you have IBS, IBD, Chrons colitis, something is just off, or a state of searching or a state of ready to open your mind to herbal remedies, definitely try this protocol. And the very, very, very last thing I will say today, your food habits have a lot to play into this. I will make another video on what I did and what I eat and how I do food philosophy, but I will leave you guys with just a few little tips. No dairy, no gluten, cut back on sugars, and if you can in the meantime, look up food philosophy because that's going to tell you a lot as well. And I know you guys are not going to want to hear this one, but don't come for me. You have to cut out coffee. I know it sounds really difficult, but coffee stimulates your colon. So if you're having issues with urgency, you have to cut out coffee because all it's going to do is make you have another bowel movement. And if you're already having multiple bowel movements and they're just not formed and they're not healthy and you're having a lot of mucus, cut it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helps you in some way. It helps a friend, a family member, a loved one, or just gives you some good advice on how to heal your gut if you've been having any issues. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next Saturday. Again, if you try any of these, you have any comments, just leave them below and I will see you guys next week.